Hi guys, my name is Nirmal Singh. Today I will be demonstrating creating a roaming profile and a home folder. What is a roaming profile? A roaming profile allows users with a computer joined to a Windows Server domain to log on to any computer on the same network and access their documents and have a consistent desktop experience, such as accessing save files, toolbar positions, and desktop backgrounds. A home folder stores your documents, preference settings, and other information. So, in order to set up a roaming profile, we will first need to add a user. To do this, we will click on Start, Administrative Tools, Active Directory Users and Computers. Okay, we will need to add a first added user. Alright, I already added a user called Peppa Pig, but for the sake of this tutorial, I will add a new user. And to add a new user, I right click on any part of the white area, new, select user, and I will put the first name. Alright, let's use John, and the last name will be Doe. Alright, if you notice, the full name automatically comes up down here, and we will use a logon name as John Doe. Okay, we then click next. Uncheck user must change password on next login because we do not want this to be done. User cannot change password and password never expires. We will select, and I will then proceed to add a password. Okay, then I will click next and I will click finish. So if you notice there, John Doe is added as a user. Okay, our next step is to create a folder in the local DC of the server. This folder we will name roaming profile. Okay, and then we have a little tweaking to do within the folder. So now we go down to properties, we will click sharing. We will first need to share the folder. Alright, so we will first have to add John Doe. Okay, I click add, and then I will give this user co-ownership so that they will have full rights, and I will share the folder. Click done. So now I need to get the network part, because in order to create the roaming profile, we will have to assign this folder to the user so that the information will be stored within this folder and that the users will be able to log in other operating systems. So I right click, click properties, click sharing, and I will copy this network part. Okay, so let's go back to the users and computer. Alright, I will double click and then I will go to profile, and where is a user profile, I will then paste the profile part. Okay, we are not just completed here. Right now this is just showing the part of the folder, but I will need to assign the user to this part. In order to do this, I put a forward slash, which is located above enter key. Then I will use a percent sign, and I will select username, and I will put a percent sign again. Okay, I will click apply, and please pay attention to this username here. You will see that it changed to John Doe. So you see that it's that John Doe is given permission to store information within this file. Okay, so I'll click OK. Alright, and I will close this off now. Alright, and we will open Windows 7. Okay, so let's try logging in the profile. Okay, so I will want to switch my user, and we will use the username John Doe and the password which was given. Click OK. So if you notice here, it's logging into Sing. Sing is our domain, which was which if you guys are interested, you can view my other video about adding domain to Windows Server 2008. Okay, I will click enter. So if you notice that it is going to log into my desktop, right? Have a little activation there to do. Okay, so my profile is being set up. Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate how the roaming profile works. Basically, whatever I do on this desktop, once I log off and I log on to another desktop, I can continue working for where I am. This is normally the preferred choice in business organizations, schools, and even some homes, because I mean some people may want to have their documents downstairs and may walk upstairs to their home office and want to access what they were doing downstairs. All right. Okay. So what I will like to do first is to create a basic text document here. All right. So we will name this John Doe roaming test. All right. So we'll click OK and probably create a folder named tests, and perhaps drag a couple imagery onto the desktop. Alright, let's copy all of this here and paste it there. Let's perhaps even change the background. Let's put a nice looking background, maybe this nice color. Click save. Alright, okay. So guys, please notice that I created a text file, created a folder, and paste some images. Okay, so now I'm going to log off. Alright, and then I'm going to log in to Windows Vista, and once all goes well, the profile and what we had saved will come up. Okay, let's log in. So I will switch user and I will put my username, sorry, password there, username John Doe, password that I gave the user, and I will log in. Alright, I also have some activations to do on this as well. I do apologize for those error messages. Okay guys, so if you guys notice, alright, the folder test is created, the text file is created, and my images is there. Alright, the only thing that did not come across is the desktop background, but I think that is because of compatibility issues. If you notice, there's a black background. Alright, if I had put a image probably which is local to both Vista and 7, it would have come across. Alright guys, so let's just confirm that it is working. Alright, so let's double click on the text file, and this is confirmation that I logged on to Vista. Vita, I'm sorry, Vista. Okay, I will save this and let's do a quick log off quickly. Okay, let's probably drop a couple Vista images, yeah. Okay, well, there's no images there, but that's okay. Okay, so let's log off. let's quickly just go across to Windows 7, and just to confirm that the text file was indeed edited and that we can continue working on it. Okay, let's put the password quickly. Enter. Okay guys, so let's double click on this quickly, and there it is. This is a confirmation that I logged on to Vista, and if you notice, we are logged on to Windows 7. Okay guys, so now let's show how to create a home profile. To do this, we go back to server 2008. Alright, we go into computer, we create a profile or a folder, sorry, called home folder. Alright, and we do some tweaking again. Properties, sharing, share. We'll use for John Doe because that's our user that we are doing this tutorial for. Alright, co-owner, share, done. Okay, so we go back to the user. Alright, which is user John Doe. Let's refresh this here quickly. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we go to profile. Before, we had done the profile part. Now we will want to put the local part. Right, you can do both ways in order to access the home folders. You can either paste the local path or you can connect to the same network path. But for the sake of the tutorial, we will paste the local path. To do this, we go to the home folder, we double click. Alright, and then we, in this gray area here, just click your mouse and then we'll copy this here, C:/home folder, and then we will just paste this, click apply, click OK. So now we will log on to Windows. Okay, let's go to, let's log off and then quickly log back on, alright, so that the settings will take effect. Okay, so just waiting for the screen to come back up. Input keyboard, and then we put the password quickly, enter. Okay guys, so in order to access this folder, we will go into my computer. Alright, we will click map network drive. We will select a name. Let's put N because N is a nice letter. Click browse, browser network. We'll look at server, and there we go. We see the home folder. So when you click OK, click finish, the folder will come up here. So if you go back to computer, the folder will be right there. Okay, so let's say for example I am on this machine and I would like to do some work, but I want to store my work on the server because in the event of my computer crashes and stuff, at the end of the day I would like my work to be backed up. Alright, so I will right click, let's create a text document, test, and then perhaps what else can we put in here? Let's probably put like a notepad. Right, let's do this thing properly. Open a notepad. Right, file, save as, go to my computer. Alright, and then we'll click, we'll save this as notepad. Alright, and then you click save. Okay, so let's go to my server now. All right, and then we go to computer. All right, go to local disk, home profile, home folder, sorry, and then there we go. We have the shortcut and the two text documents. All right, so let's just for one more, for the sake of the tutorial, let's log off of this and log on to Vista quickly, and let's just save something in Vista. We'll do this home profile because the home profile is for John Doe, so no matter where John Doe goes, the profile or the folder was shared for him. Alright. Okay, so go to computer. Alright, we notice that the home folder is there. So even if we, let's say we do our next text document, let's say Vista test. Alright, and we go back to the server. Alright, and you see the Vista test come up there. Alright guys, I thank you for your attention and watching this video, and I hope that this video was exciting, and give me a thumbs up.